All right, runners, let's prep for hill sprints. We're gonna increase the body temperature, work on some range of motion, and get prepped for those hill sprints. 3D calf raise is the first one, toes pointed forward, out, and then in, 10 to 15 per position to prep those calves in every direction. Then we're gonna move on to some toe lifts for the ankle or tibialis anterior lifts to prime that front of the shin, because we gotta pick those toes up nice and high. Then we're just gonna do some standard reverse lunges, get the hips, the knees, and the ankles all involved. Moving on to a high march for the hip flexors, knee up as high as you can, then a little tug to get that little bit more range of motion. About 10 of those per side, but now you should start to be feeling a little bit warm. Next, we're gonna add some ankle rock to our reverse lunges. So you're gonna step back into a deep lunge and then rock forward as far as you can on the ankle. You're gonna try and keep that heel on the ground. Should feel a stretch in your Achilles and your calf. That's gonna prep you for that uphill running where we need a lot of ankle range of motion. Now we're gonna work on what's called a triple extension from the hips, knees, and ankles with a squat to calf raise. As low as you can go, all the way up, fully extended in the hips, all the way up under the tippy toes. Make sure you're loading the full forefoot. Next, we're gonna add a little bit of upper back motion. We're gonna do a lunge with rotation, lunge forward, twist to the side, extend your arms. You can add a little bit of an exhale on the rotation right there if you wanna add that little bit more range of motion from the upper back. Really important to get that upper back moving rather than that coming from the low back. Now we're gonna do a complex where we throw all three together. You're gonna lunge back, twist, rock forward, then return to your starting position. You can do this 5 per side. Keep this challenging by keeping that back leg off the ground. Next, we're gonna do a lateral lunge, get us out of that front and back plane. You can either do a dynamic one, or you can keep your feet nice and wide and lunge back and forth, or you can do kind of that bouncing, more dynamic version. Doesn't really matter as long as you're staying pretty consistent, 5-ish of those per side. Then finally, we're gonna prep the ankles and the Achilles with some Pogos, 10 double leg, and then 5 per side, and you should be pretty well prepped for your hill sprints. Get after it.